set that proposed budget off of, what income we were projected to have. So this is gonna change our income for the year, we're gonna go back and,
It's not gonna change the income, because we don't know what it's gonna be.
so we're not, this is gonna affect any of the money that I've already had. We're talking about any future money coming in.
Future money only.
So for nearly 20 years, you had nearly 25 less miles in precinct 3 and had the same budget. But you never had a problem with giving any of that money back then when you had less miles, but now you're wanting part of precinct 3 budget too, when I had to take on the Ship Mill Road, it's got all that traffic that was in disrepair when I received it.
This is money from pipeline.
This is extra revenue money that comes into the precincts, because the precincts, when they were done, how many years ago did y'all change that to where all the precincts
It's
actually
been,
had,
It's been away ever since I've been here. We've
no, it
always-
hasn't, y'all were the ones that pushed it in.
It's about a few years back.
But when they voted it in, they made the precincts have the same budget for each precinct. According to TAC, none of us should have the same budget.
They don't actually have the same
Well-
budgets. There's no way they can, because I'm just gonna speak on this because I do the budget.
I got the least amount of money in my budget. than
If
you
they
do.
have debt, if you have a big piece of equipment and it's debt, you're gonna have a bigger budget, because you're gonna get that money from the
Because your debt, your
INS.
debt's.
That over, but I mean, like, the general budget
Yeah,
is the
like,
same. is
yeah,
what I'm
like it's
talking
fuel
about.
and clean sheet, yes, that's all the same.
Yes, that's general budget.
It's not
So all
fair.
this is, each one of us have different amounts of roads and everything else. So if we're gonna make the general budget the same in each precinct, then we take the revenue, extra revenue coming in, and we split it equally between each precinct.
I have exactly the same, budget for the material as I had prior to any of this oil field or any other increased activity and traffic in my precinct. Hasn't raised $1, but I have all this extra traffic and damage, and that's the only way I've been able to manage is with that extra money I can fall back on for gravel or whatever with the pipeline. If I don't have that extra money, there's no way I can make it on the budget that I have set $12,500 a year for material. You know, there's just no way you can do it. Just like Gordon said last time, he couldn't even do one rain. He's gonna have to hire it to be done hauled. I ain't never asked nobody to haul my material, so I've been here, any grant or anything. We've always done it ourselves while other commissioners have hired their stuff done. And we've made it work, we can keep the money within our precinct. But there's no way you can do it with all this extra traffic, all this extra oil field damage. You're gonna have a whole lot more people come there just like they did last month saying that they're gonna sue us because the roads are bad. There's no way you're gonna be able to fix them all with that kind
No,
of.
they were
budget.
gonna sue us because you flat out refused to do the road.
Because I was doing all these other roads
That's
that had damage on it, it's just not enough,
Gentlemen, please.
there's not enough money and manpower to do it all with this kind of traffic damage that we have. There's just no way to do it. It can't be everywhere. And you gotta pick and choose where you're gonna do it at.
Any other discussion?
Well, I haven't got any, they've got more headaches than I got when it comes to oil field, all three of them. Oil field ain't getting to me out there yet. Ain't got hardly no base left after the rain, but, you know, I don't know that it'd be.
Back to item 12, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Everybody except for Trustee. No, he raised. it.
Oh.
He was for it, wasn't he?
Four, oh, okay, all right, cause he raised it, so, okay.
All right, item number 13, approve commission court meetings for FY 2024.
Yeah, I think Joy sent that to y'all, it's just the,
So days.
yeah, it's today, so the local government code will require to post them on the board and on the website, so Joy, typed up the days that it'll be next year, or next budget year, I should say.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Motion carries. All right, item 14, approve county clerk archive fund for year end 2024.
This is just the archive plan that by statute I have to, turn in every year. That we have to have a public hearing on that says what I plan to spend out of it. I think I have like $130,000 in it, but, my, plan to spend out of it is about 20,000 next year, so. And it's just to scan books and to redo some old books. So it just is required by code that I still have a public hearing and have it approved in Commissioner's Court.
Pleasure of the court.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Have a second. All in favor? Motion carries. Approved base pay for year end 2024.
Gentlemen, we put on your desk the base pay salary report based off of the budget that you approved last month in court. And I just need to get you guys to approve the base pay numbers. I also emailed them to you.
Make a motion to approve.
I second it.
Have a motion second, all in favor? Motion carries. Item number 16, approved longevity pay for year end 2024.
And again, we placed on your desk and I also emailed you the longevity for the 2024 budget, based off of the numbers that are in the pay scale listed in our employee handbook. That grand total comes out to $23,400. I just need y'all's approval on that. Again, that's based off your numbers that were approved in the budget last month.
And I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second it.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 17, adopt year end 2024 budget.
Make a motion to accept it, to adopt it, sorry.
Have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 18, adopt drug forfeiture for year end 2024.
Yes, the sheriff has, $500.86 left, and I just put that all in expense, and that's for his drug forfeiture budget this next year.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Second it.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 19, adopt tax rate for year end 2023-24. Mr.
I make the motion to adopt the budget. I move that we adopt the tax rate of 0.470794, which consists of a rate of 0.395247 for maintenance and operations, 0.012379 for road and bridge, and 0.062168 for interest and sinking, which eventually a decrease of, effectively a decrease of 0.01% in the tax rate. And I'll make a motion to adopt.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll
I'll
second.
second that motion.
Approve.